What's up, everybody? It's your boy TGK back on YouTube. And today we're shooting the All Empathy Aside podcast, episode 4. And today we got a special guest. Today we have the artist known as Crispyola in the building.
What's good, man? It's your boy Crispyola coming straight out that Triple D, man.
Hey.
Cedar Hill repping it to the end.
Hey, that's what's up. All right, bro. So we're here, man.
Yeah.
We're here finally.
yeah, it's been a while. We've been talking about it for a good while, man. But, COVID got in the way, holidays got in the way. But, hey, in the end, I'm still grinding. I'm always still right here. This is the studio right here. This is where all the magic happens, Got the microphone, I record myself, I make my own beats, do everything from scratch. So.
And to come here and see it in person, it's pretty fucking dope, to be completely honest. It's like you hear the music, you see the videos, but then when you get to come here and see the actual process and the things that you show me, I'm like, damn, there's a far more that goes into it, right?
Oh, a lot more, I even built, the computer from scratch. So, just to get the processing power to do all the things that I needed to do. I started off just with the screen, then I built it with the TV, then ended up getting 3 screens, upgraded my microphone and all that stuff, just keep on just getting better and better and getting better quality and just trying to give the people what they want, just giving the quality it needs. So
yeah. And to start off, when I said the artist known as Crispyola, like I say that not to just say it loosely, like you write your own music, you produce your own music, you even have your own what they say, like you process your own ideas and scripts of what you want to get across. So to start off, like whoever's watching this video, they know they're watching for Crispyola, right? So how did you get involved in the music, and what literally led you in becoming an artist, and what motivated you?
Yeah, so I was making music since I was probably, I know since 9th grade I did my first mixtape.
Oh, shit.
So from then I was selling mixtapes at school. Every time I sold on mixtapes, I bought better equipment, better microphone, just to keep on getting better and better. And after that, just working on different flows. Me and my brother is actually what started me and my brother and my cousin. We were actually called G4 starting off. Our first mixtape was called Wolfpack. And then that's kind of where, this led into, my niece actually made this. It's a wolf right here. But it was just like I was the lone wolf, last one to still make music. Because, everybody went off on their own ways. We made probably 5 mixtapes back in the day. First we started off doing other people's beats. Then I taught myself how to make my own, and then just kept going on and on from there, building on top of what we knew. But in the end, I never wanted to lose track of myself. I always made music that, people could relate to, or at least, people like me, I try to tell my story and things like that. And if people could relate to it, that'd be cool. And if not, every once in a while, I got the party songs and all these other songs too. Because in the end, life isn't just about, the serious things too. You got some of the, you got to have the party songs. You got to have the, this type of music, that type of music. So, I learned that throughout the years too. Because at first I probably was just more of, I guess what they call conscious rappers. I was still conscious in what I'm saying, but I could do it on a pumped up type beat and still spit real stuff, And I grew up listening to Scarface, Scarface, that's all he did was spit real stuff.
Hey,
and, that's what I loved. And so you're going to kind of hear that style, maybe a little bit old school in it, whatever. But I just try to make it my own though, you hear my music and it's going to be all innovative. You've heard some of my stuff like In My Own Zone was just a whole different style. The video is way different. I made some salsa trap music. My mom's Costa Rican, my dad's Salvadorian. So Costa Rican side, we grew up on salsa music. So, I got to do some of that. That's what we like to dance to back in the day. So, just doing different things, sometimes I experiment with different styles and just seeing what it is. But in the end, you're always going to get crispy in it. You're going to hear my story or, just however I'm feeling at that time. That's the thing with music, it's pretty much anybody and everybody can remember a certain time and, put a song to it. You can sit there and, man, this song reminds me of these days, because that's kind of what you listen to at that time. And that's why I love music, because it's just like, it brings that out in people,
It's like a time capsule too.
Exactly, it's a time capsule. Yeah, exactly.
I remember when I heard his album on the plane,
Yeah, exactly.
Back to that moment.
Yep, like I remember, listening to Mr. Pookie, Mr. Lucci, me and my brother in the old Honda Civic with no AC on, just coming up and stuff like that. Then I remember, later on when my homeboy came back from Vegas listening to, mixtapes from Drummer Boy and stuff like that, and listening to Young Buck and stuff like that. But it's just, every type of music kind of takes you back to a certain type of era. And,
Facts.
I just want to be a part of that. It's pretty cool just to be, I got to the point where I'm even making songs with the legends that, I grew up listening to. Like I was
Right.
saying, them Honda Civic days, man. It was Mr. Lucci and we listened to Lil Flip's. I forget what the name of that album
The one
was,
I
but
remember the most is the Game Over record. It was
yeah,
hot. I forgot what summer it was. Probably I can't remember.
yeah,
I want to say like 2004, 2005
yeah.
when
It was
like Game Over
actually,
came out. It was
yeah, it was the one before, a little bit before that, man. I was trying to remember what it
This
was,
Is the
but
Way We Ball
yeah, yeah,
album.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly that one. But
Yeah.
I started making songs with them, so it's pretty cool, knowing that the artists I grew up listening to now recognize me. I've been in certain places. They're like, "Oh, you're Crispyola." They might recognize just the logo, and it's crazy. As I'm still humbled by it. And
Right.
I'm never gonna lose that. Because
Right.
it's it's a blessing. I thank God every day that He gives me these opportunities and stuff like that. And I try to make sure that people still understanding in my songs too that I'm thankful for it.
Right.
So
Nah, bro, and the whole humble aspect, like that's also part of why I wanted to just chop it up with you.
yeah.
Because I remember when I met you at Uncle Uber's and for LGM, shout out LGM by the way.
Yeah, shout out. He's he got me put on a lot of shows, man. So shout out LGM, man. I definitely do appreciate it, man. We're getting some stuff together, and we've been doing some big moves. We opened up for Bone Thugs the other day,
Oh
man.
yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah,
bro.
that was a
I
good
was trying
show.
to make it to that one, and when LGM told me about it, he was like, come out here and record it. I had already preset
Yeah,
something up to go to
yeah,
Nashville, and I was like, man, it just fell in the wrong time.
yeah.
I
It happens.
probably would have been safer if I gone there. I went to Nashville, and the whole tornado came.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
Really?
they had a little outbreak out there.
They.
No, but I was trying to tell you, like when we were at Uncle Uber's and we had chopped it up when I was interviewing all the artists.
Yeah.
I noticed like it's a good crew that where whenever we perform, it's the majority of them always show up in the same spots.
Yeah.
That's cool to see. But also when we chopped it up, I was like, damn, that's the way you came onto the mic. You gravitated towards the camera, like you spoke well. You just very elaborate, right? But then when you broke down your whole logo, I was like, oh, we got to talk more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the fact that the logo that you're seeing right now on camera, like your niece developed that, right?
And so the thing with that, like, I've been making music forever. Well, my mom and dad, they didn't make a whole lot of money, so they weren't gonna be able to invest into my art, But that's one thing I was like, I love them to death. They did everything they could, and the thing is like, with each generation, you just get better and better. Well, our
Facts.
generation, it's like, okay, I knew, I had this art that I wish, we could have invested in back then. Who knows what could have happened if I had the equipment back then.
Right.
Then again, at the same time, I learned, I kept
Mhm.
teaching myself, the hustle and the grind. But either way, I wanted to teach my niece that stuff, So I had bought her an iPad. I said, I saw that she could draw, and I was like,
Right.
all right, if you can draw, let's see what you can do. She was maybe 10 years old, 9 years old at the time. And I said, let's see if you can make me a logo.
Right,
And she did it. And, I bought her an iPad for Christmas, and she did it. And,
Damn.
After that, she's done a couple things for people, made a little bit of money, even though she's probably now she's probably about 11, 12 years old.
Damn. So you got artists in your family, man.
Oh yeah, well
Shit.
yeah, we definitely do it. She's very gifted. I mean, I could do a whole thing on soccer on them kids, man.
Right.
She's like ranked #1 in the nation. Well, her team was ranked #1 in the nation, and
you said in soccer?
Yeah. Oh
wow.
yeah. Her and my nephew also, they're killing it. Like,
God.
man, they've been since they were 9 years old. They were freaking breaking my ankles. Freaking, I ain't got no chance.
Yeah.
So,
soccer is like it's all about that feet work, man.
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
be light on your feet.
Yeah.
Be good in that sport, shit. So.
Yeah, I'm not too athletic. That's why you see me here in this studio.
I ain't too athletic because I'm delivering these beats. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man. I like play sports, but man, I want to be a professional.
So. That's dope. So tell us about that logo. The fact that you said she was what, 9, 10 years old?
Yeah.
9, 10 years old develops that damn logo.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was one thing I saw. I was like, yo, shit. You were like, this is my logo. And then when you broke down that story, I found it very fascinating. I was like, 9-year-old.
Yeah.
So, like, how did you know, like, whenever she
Man.
had artistic
Well, so
gifts.
she was just doing a few things. Like she would draw, and I would see just how good she was drawing, and I was
Yeah.
like, man, I think you can do something with that. And then just she had she loved it. It was
Mm.
something that she loved to do. And I'm like, I just thought of it just as me and my show. Like, well, I loved music back then.
Yeah.
And if I could give her this little push and see where it goes, and if it keeps going forward, then hey, we can keep investing in that art,
Mhm.
and same thing with me, it's like, hey, the music stuff, hey, if we'll see where it goes. At, like I said, each mixtape that I sold, it was like, okay, well, shoot, people love my stuff, I'm gonna keep going, and
Mhm.
that's the same thing with her. I just kind of try to give her that grind type mentality that my dad had. My dad, he
Mhm.
came from El Salvador, with absolutely nothing, built this whole empire, the family and all that stuff, and like I said, each generation gets better and better, and I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
want to keep adding to that,
No, that's
So,
facts, bro. Like,
yeah.
I'm glad you said that shit because so your parent came over here,
Mm-hmm.
gave gave you a better life, right? My
Exactly.
dad did the same thing, and so
Mm-hmm.
for us, I do think it's for us like we all hold a sense of pride in that. It's like for us to like come over here and not take advantage of those opportunities. It's just
Oh
a
yeah.
waste of the sacrifice they made.
Exactly. Yeah, I
So it's
believe
like
in
that
that
just gives you that
100%. Yeah.
natural energy, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can't. Now you'll hear it in my songs. I'll say it multiple times. I can't be lazy. My dad will go crazy. Because shoot, That's what he instills in all of us.
Right.
Even that his mom is. I think she just turned 97. She's still working on the farm. So
Wow.
over there in El Salvador. So
Fuck.
for her to still be walking around, I've seen. I see some people 40 years old.
That
I mean,
they, yeah.
just you kind of let yourself waste away.
Hmm.
But time is time's against us, so you got to make the most out of your time.
Exactly.
So
Shit. Damn.
yeah.
That's great. Yeah, bro. Like when you put things in perspectives like that, for you, you're an artist. Me,
Hmm.
I don't know what the hell I am. YouTuber, I guess, right?
Hey, it's
Nah,
still
I'm a
an artist,
YouTuber.
bro.
I trip out. I was like, no,
Yeah.
but for us, I guess being in this space that we're in, yeah, like you kind of have that mentality of not to lose where you're from.
Yeah.
And so I guess to bring it all the way back, like a lot of the reason why I wanted to have this conversation is because you gave off that vibe. And so
Yeah.
even when I'm checking out your music, I do remember one line you said, like, I don't smoke, I don't drink.
Yeah.
So speaking on that, knowing that you're in the hip hop scene, right, and
Hmm.
just the music scene in general,
Yeah.
you know how drinking and smoking is pretty much a cool thing to
Yeah.
do, right? To
Hmm.
be. How did you how you say approach that with in accepting that reality of that you don't do those things and still make the music knowing that that
Yeah.
might not be cool, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that I listen to that type of music all the time
Right,
still to
right.
this day. I grew up listening to 3 6 Mafia and
Right, right. Oh
BGK.
shit.
So yeah, I was sipping lean and doing this and that, and I love it. But the thing is, it was never for me. I wasn't
mm-hmm,
the type who, I don't see a reason to. I always want to be in control of my own mind.
mm-hmm.
I don't want to sit there and say, well, this happened because I was drunk, or this and that. And I've seen certain people, beat their kids, from that stuff. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen, somebody might be just trying to have a good time and end up drinking and driving, and something bad end up happening, and
Right.
their lives are ruined from that, or just a DUI ticket. But
Yeah.
just too much to me. It's not worth it for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't hate anybody who does it.
Right,
My whole
right.
family does. They
Yeah.
drink. I mean, it's just a part of life. Everybody
Yeah.
drinks. I mean, and then, smoking, honestly and truly, like, I personally don't even see a problem with smoking weed.
Mm-hmm.
Cigarettes are worse, but it's just not for me. I
Right.
just, and in the end, I told you at the beginning, I'm always going to keep it true to myself,
Right, right.
So I wasn't going to sit there and act like I'm doing something and I'm not,
Exactly.
So what you hear in my songs is what I do, so.
Yeah. All right, bro. So now we've got a whole year of 2021, and I've seen, shout out to Sleepy the Realist and basically the whole Dallas scene, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
me, I'm into music. I'm big into music, and to part of me, like with even this platform I have, I do want to be able to reach out to our artists, right,
Yeah.
and be a part of not necessarily be a part of their development, but be like a little push if I can. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because we always talk about Dallas don't support Dallas and this and that,
Mm-hmm.
but I do want to say, like in the last year, just from my experience, Dallas does support Dallas.
Oh yeah.
Little by little, like
Mm.
it's starting to become like known. Like we're all
Yeah.
supporting each other. For example, like at Sleepy the Realist
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
music video, you were there, and
Yeah.
other rappers that were very active were there or that are not active anymore that were there.
Mm-hmm.
So for you being in the scene and now you've collaborated with a bunch of artists,
Yeah.
What is it in it for you to see Dallas develop as this hub musically for artists?
Oh, it means everything to me. You know, that's
Yeah,
what I mean. That's what, you know, you'll hear in my music. I'm gonna rep Dallas nonstop. You
yeah,
know, because in the end, you know, we have it. We've been having it. It's just
mm-hmm,
the fact of, like you said, you know, we got to sit there and make that push all together. You know, we
mm-hmm.
can't sit there and do it. Let's all support each other. You know, you saw me at Sleepy's thing. And I mean, Sleepy, you know, he go hard. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, shoot, I heard him. I was like, yeah, man, I support that. And then, you know, from there, you know, I met LGM and you know, he heard me, and you know, we all go hard. So we're gonna sit there and just keep supporting each other. You know, it's nothing but love. You know, it takes nothing to sit there and share your friend's stuff. You know,
right,
and
facts.
yeah, and there ain't no room for jealousy or nothing like
Mm-hmm,
that. Like it's just, you know, we're all in it together. We all have the same dream. We all have the same path. You know, let's come up together. You know,
right,
and that's you know, that's just where I see Dallas is heading now. You
mm-hmm.
know, and hopefully, you know, I mean, hopefully it does happen. You know, it should.
Yeah, I should not. I would love to see. I would love to see Dallas like become a media hub.
Yeah.
Like even if man, personally, I would love like my
Yeah.
channel to be like a media hub for Dallas type shit.
Yeah, and
But
it should be. You know, you got. I mean, you have Dallas Cowboys. You know, what I mean, you got Dallas
yeah,
Cowboys. Man, I mean, we're a big city that.
yeah, because you got
Mm,
L.A., which is a
mm,
massive market. You got
yeah.
New York. So whenever like artists are releasing albums, you always see them on like 97.9,
Mm-hmm.
High 97 in New York or
Mm-hmm.
the L.A. Leakers in L.A. Like, but when it comes to Dallas, like it's just flat. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll
Yeah.
hear them on the radio, but you won't see like
Mm-hmm.
videos or freestyles or shit like that.
Yeah.
Like that's what I would like to see Dallas
Mm-hmm.
become. Like I feel like we got tons of artists here,
Yeah.
and it's just I don't know what's missing.
Yeah.
What do you think
Man,
that might be
we
missing?
have the artists, like I said, man. Lucci, man, when he and Lucci went hard before, and then when he
Mm-hmm.
got out of jail, man, he's been killing it like
Yeah.
crazy. C. Stroys was one of my favorites. You're gonna hear me talk about him a lot because in the end, I felt like me and his style were similar. Like he was, and we had different styles, but he spoke real stuff in his music,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that's what I loved about it. You know, he
Yeah.
sat there and he just, you know, said the truth, and that's why, you know, you're gonna hear me say R.I.P. to C. Strokes all the time because
Right.
you know he brought that back, and you know, like I said, Mr. Lucci, he's doing the same. You know, Big Tuck brought the, you know, he brought the fire, brought the pump, you know,
Yeah.
and that was, you know, DSR was moving pretty
Bro.
heavy, you know,
Man, do you
yeah.
remember the DSR when they were like the fucking hottest thing in Dallas?
Oh yeah, that's
Bro, like,
shit. Yeah.
like I wish, like their moment happened now at
Yeah.
the same time
Hmm.
because when they came out back then with those just nonstop freestyles where
Yeah, that
the
was
freestyle
dope.
just
Yeah.
came up, man. And I know not everybody's gonna know about it. Like
Mhm.
definitely us here in Dallas, we know
Yeah.
about that. But DSR, bro, like damn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, that was Dallas right there.
Yeah,
So,
straight up Dallas.
yeah.
Straight up Dallas.
Yeah.
So, you have a song with Lil Flip now,
Mm-hmm.
like straight up Texas legend.
Yeah.
Tell me how that even just came about. You know, the fact that, you know, Dallas,
Yeah.
we got so many artists that we have here for you to get a record with him. Like how did that come about, and then how was it meeting him, and how is he in person for us normal fans?
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. Like, so I made the song "Screw You, I'm from Texas." Honestly and truly, it's probably about 3-4 years old song. But the
Wow.
thing is like it had that real Texas vibe, and
Mhm.
you know, I've been trying to invest in my music for a while. So I've been saving up money, saving up, trying to get to that moment to where, all right, this is gonna be, I'm gonna start pushing. Well, "Screw You, I'm from Texas." How you gonna have a song called "Screw You, I'm from Texas"? You don't got no screwed up click people in it. So you know, I reached out to some of the SUC members, and you know, there was some that, you know, well, his manager reached back out. I, you know, told him, you know, I want to do a feature, send them the song. They said they liked it, you know, and we got it going. So we
Yeah.
got the video, and you know, when we got there for the video, you know, it was dope. We had the whole city out. Like, it was kind of crazy because I went to Houston, you know, I'm from Dallas, you know, I go to
Right.
Houston. I thought there was gonna be nobody there for the video.
Right.
Well, all of a sudden, all these slabs come out. My homie
Damn.
Trap Visions, you know, he gets them all out there. DJ Sauce Park, shout out to them. Shout out to Hustle Town Network because they showed me a whole lot of love. Like,
Damn.
you know, my boy Infamous Tex, you know, people know me in Houston, and you know, it's crazy. Like, I go walk places, and like I said, just from this logo, they're like, "Oh, you Crispyola," and it's just like,
Damn.
really? Like, I had somebody come up to me and shake my hand, you know, tell me it's an honor to meet you, and I'm like, really? Like, you know, I didn't, you know, but I didn't realize that many people listen to my music like that, especially outside of my city. And when that happened, I feel a lot of love in Houston. And when it got down to that video, I went and there was just slabs all over, and people were coming up to me, Crispyola, man, it's nice to finally meet you. Man, I've been jamming out your music. Mention some of my songs and this. And I was like, man, I didn't realize that. Because I barely started pushing I've been making music forever, but I barely started pushing it probably about February, March last year.
Damn.
So, to have that many followers, I actually already follow me in Houston. So, Lil Flip pulled up, and when Lil Flip pulled up, man, I mean, shoot, that was a vibe then. Everybody was live.
Shit, that's crazy.
And everybody was waiting for it, and when it happened, And not only that, about a week later, that's when they did the verses, and he came out there and. He does this freestyle and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, man. I was like, the stock just went up on Flip. So I was like, that went good. And then, not only that, but me and LGM opened up for Bone Thugs like 2 weeks after that. So everything was just fell into place all in a row, So, life has a way, So.
Yeah, tell me about how that concert was and that in that venue. Like, I didn't get to go to it. Obviously, I wanted to be there, but how was it opening up for Bone Thugs, bro?
It was tight, man, because the thing is, like, there was people from all over the state that were there. There was some people from, if I'm not mistaken, like Rhode Island and like some other, they were all over. And, to sit there and just meet these other people, and, we all have the same grind, same hustle, and, I think they had a problem with their flight, so they showed up a little bit late. Bone Thugs did. Me and Mr. Lucci got cool. We actually made a song together, and he pulled up, and we chopped it up for a little bit. And when Bone Thugs came out, man, it was just reliving back in the days, man. We like I told you, you listen to those songs and you remembered. I was like, dang, that was back, when me and my brother were doing this, or me and my cousin were kicking it, or whatever, and it was just, It was crunk.
Yeah, music is timeless, bro.
It really is.
Bone Thugs, bro. Like, put that on, you already know.
Yeah,
First of the Month, Thuggish Ruggish Bone. Like, so many records, bro. So,
yeah.
I really wish I would have been able to go to that one. But
to go there and to meet them, that was tight.
Legends in the game, dogs.
Oh, yeah.
And then shortly after, they do a verses with a 3
No, they did the verses about 2 weeks before that.
Oh, it was before?
Yeah, so it was 2 weeks before that they did the verses. Then... then it was
my timeline so messed up.
Like that's what I'm saying. So I did the Flip video, and then the Flip video after that he did the verses like the week after. And I nobody knew he was gonna pull up to that. So that was a surprise, and I was like, oh man, that just ended up perfect. Then after that was we did that Bone Thugs concert, so everything was just moving, Damn. So
man, that's crazy, bro. So I mean, shit, with everything going on now, like what would you say? Like, what's next for you and moving forward with your music and your artistry and your production? Like, what do you say, like, your next goals for 2022, bro?
Yeah, so I'm taking over the world, That's always the goal. But in the end, I just, last year, I kind of got my feet wet. I started off making that, the Give It All Mine with GT Garza. I did that music video, and from there, I met K-Pac. K-Pac, I met Chet Loke through him. I met this person through this person. Met Hustletown Network. I'm just building on top of everything that I've been doing. Networking. That's always the music's here. I could sit there and show you. I did show you.
I saw it.
I
saw that.
I have freaking thousands of beats. I got hundreds of songs. Music's here. I know I'm still making fresh music nonstop because in the end, I know the styles change and stuff like that at the same time. But either way. I'm still constantly making music and it's just nonstop. So the music's here. I just got to start, getting harder and harder on the marketing game. So that's all I'm going to do right now is just focusing on, investing in me, investing into the product, selling my merch, y'all check it out. Your Crispyola, you got the logo. I got the Screw Y'all from Texas stuff going. That stuff sells pretty good. So yeah. But definitely just focusing on the music nonstop and just trying to get it out there. I got, feature with Cap G comes pretty soon. I got one with Big Tuck and Mr. Lucci. That stuff never been done before. Lucci and Tuck never made a song together. And, that song's already done. I showed you that. You got the exclusive on that.
I did the exclusive.
Yeah. So, you're going to hear that. And, we're going to shoot a video to that pretty soon, too. So, every time I do a feature, I don't, I want to meet the person. I don't want it just to be,
Mhm.
a feature or nothing like that. So,
Right.
I usually do a music video with the guys so they can know, you know who I am.
Right.
It's
Right.
not just gonna be, hey, this was just a business deal.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of, what it is. And me and Tuck made a song, 5 years ago that's never even been heard.
Damn.
Yeah. I've
Shit.
been making music forever.
God damn.
I just waited for the perfect time to sit there and start pushing, and that's what I'm doing. So.
I'm glad you bring that up because, like, I would say I'm not gonna assume, but for me, like, to make videos and get on camera, like, I did it like when I was like 11, 12, bro. I used to edit videos with a cassette and a camcorder and a VCR, and so I would like press record here and cut the spots. And I used to do that manually way back then,
Yeah.
right? Now it's easy. This is
Yeah.
child's play in a way, right? In comparison to that. But even back then when I was making videos, like, I would never have like the confidence then.
Yeah.
And so now 6 years into it, even if you go back to see my first video, I ain't what I am now.
Yeah.
What would you say held you back from releasing it? Was there any how would I put it, any lack of confidence at that time or fear of not receiving it well? Like, was that there?
And if I mean, to be honest, was it? I think I was more focused on. So I did things backwards. I could say I did things backwards or I did it forward, whatever way you want to see it.
Right.
I got my career going first, and when I got my career going, my feet are under me. No matter what goes on, whether my music makes it or not, shoot, I make it. And even then, shoot, my music is gonna make it because there's people already hearing it. There's people already saying, "Man, you made me," I feel this type of way when you make this song. That's all that matters if I'm reaching people,
Right.
So, my music's making it whether it's on, mainstream or not.
Yeah.
So, I'm spitting some real stuff and, people are feeling it. But either way, I did things different. I started my career first. And whenever I did that, now I can fund the music and stuff like that. But even then, the music's gonna fund the music itself. There's things I definitely could have did differently. There's things maybe I should have, not maybe I should have pushed my music earlier. Because you could have seen the development, the different styles and stuff like that. You just think of, certain artists that you've heard since they were little, Lil Wayne. You heard him since he was young, and you see the development of different eras of type of music that he made.
Right.
And that would have been pretty cool had the world got to see that, with me too. So there are some things that I regret, but everything happens for a reason.
Exactly.
So.
And that's dope, but it's also a good how would I put it, like a good story behind it, like to have your foundation first, before you get into this space, because you could go into like push all your cards in, and then if it doesn't pan out, that's rough. But for you, since you have that solid baseline, you have all the fucking confidence in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then your shit's popping too.
Yeah.
So that I would say for artists out there, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a bunch of people that applaud that, because instead of going into it without having a plan, you legit had a fucking plan, and that's dope to see. I can't say the same for myself.
It was a big plan, and it's all coming, it all is like it came quick, GT Garza honestly is my favorite rapper that I listen to now. I grew up listening to Scarface. That was my favorite rapper then, but now GT Garza is still active. That was the first music video I did was with GT Garza.
Damn,
so to sit there and do that, the cards all fell in the right place on that one, because we made that song about 2 years ago. And he had actually emailed me, and I never even paid attention to my email. And he actually asked me when I was releasing it, and I was like, oh man. So he actually, I thought it was like, okay, we made the song, it was business. But no, he actually cared about it.
Yeah.
So later on, I was like, one day I was just sitting there, I was like, man, I have a feeling he's gonna be in Dallas this weekend. I looked it up on Instagram, and he was in Dallas, and I was like, man, hey, since you're in Dallas, let's shoot this video. And then I hit up K-Pack Films, and K-Pack at first, he's like, he didn't have the time, but I was like, man, GT Garza's gonna be here.
Right.
He's like, all right, I'll see if I can make some time. So after that, me and K-Pack got real cool, and everything just started going from there. And it's just it was all a plan that I had, to sit there and have my feet under me, have the this stuff going on, and it is moving as how I kind of thought it would, So I'm glad that I did do it that way. But certain times I sit there and just think about it, like coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Right.
But all you gotta do is keep moving now. So
So what you know now is priceless as far as information.
Exactly. On this learning how to make learning the skills, learning how to play the piano, learning how to produce, learning different types of things. My production now is just 10 times, not 10 times, 100 times better than what it used to be,
Right.
you know. And even then, you know, people still jam that stuff out back
Oh,
then.
bro, and
So,
those are fucking skills right there, bro. Like,
yeah.
shit, I see this machine right here. I'm pretty sure that's the drop
Yeah,
your
yeah, you can put
bass
drum
lines
pads,
and the
yeah.
808s. I don't know,
Hmm.
right? But then you have your piano. Like, I'm pretty sure. No, I know it is
Mm.
skills. Like, those are skills. So you got skills. You create your own shit, and then you fucking make music, bro. Like
Yeah,
that's like it reminds me of Russ.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people tell me
Yeah,
that. A lot of
it,
people
it,
tell me
it
that reminds me.
reminds me of
Yeah.
Russ. Like to create your own shit. It's like
Hmm.
you bend on yourself,
Yeah.
and I mean, shit, you can't beat that, bro.
Yeah.
Can't beat that at all.
Hmm.
So now that we got all that kind of cleared out the way with the whole music and shit, one thing I do like to ask on this podcast, which everyone has a different take, right?
Hmm.
It's what's one thing like from your experience or just in general from a societal perspective that you think we can improve on from an empathetic perspective? Like, what's something you think we neglect that, and we should be a little more empathetic to that? Like, what's something that you feel like we can improve on?
Yeah, well, I mean, shoot, honestly and truly, like, I mean, just caring for others, you know, and
Yeah.
sometimes you're just worried about yourself, worried about what
Mm-hmm.
you got going on. And I mean, we all got a lot of things going on. But, you know, there was one thing I did with Hustle Town Network. They went and, you know, for Christmas, well, before Christmas, it was the toy drives and stuff like that. I know LGM did a toy drive
Yeah,
too.
he was
And,
telling me about that, and
yeah.
can't make it either. But work and
Yeah,
shit.
but yeah, I was at work that day, so I couldn't make it either. But you know, those kinds of things, just like that, you know, those little things that we just keep getting better and better at helping
Mm-hmm.
other people, you know, and that's that's actually what I kind of hope my music does too. You
Mm-hmm.
know, yes, of course, like I said, I'll make my crunk songs. You know, I make but even those crunk songs, like the one I got with Tuck and Lucci, you know, that's about dirty, dirty Dallas. You know, that's to
Mm-hmm.
raise up the city. You
Mm-hmm.
know, screw you on for Texas, that's raising up the state. You know,
Right, right.
and then. I'm gonna have some real songs. You know, I have some songs that you can dance to, like I said, whatever. You gotta have different vibes, but at the same time, in the end, my main focus is always, just to spit that stuff. You know, maybe somebody can relate to the story
Mm-hmm.
and feel it, and you want to say empathy and stuff like that. That's feel empathetic with those songs and stuff like that,
Hell yeah.
and you know, even though you might not be in somebody else's shoes, like those doing those toy drives and stuff like that, you can feel empathetic for the people that don't have it.
Right.
Same thing. My dad, like I said, he came from El Salvador. He had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to do that and you know I mean he did it himself, but I'm sure if he had a lot of help and stuff, things would have been a lot easier and better. But I mean, things were still good.
Yeah.
He had the grind. So but some people, they're not left with that. They don't have, a dad
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna sit there and teach them to grind and stuff like that. So,
Right.
just the coaches that I had in football and stuff like that, they helped a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
We saw them, as figures to look up to and stuff like that. So
And you play football too?
yeah, I played football.
Shit.
I wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? I played it. I loved it. I played for Cedar Hill. I played next to a lot of NFL players.
Damn.
So
Man, which NFL players you play with, bro?
well, I would say, let's see, I'm trying to remember his name. Allen, he played offensive lineman. Shed played offensive lineman for, I'm trying to remember. One was for the Bears, one was Tampa Bay.
Okay.
And we were on the line together. I was offensive lineman. I was too slow to be a running back and too skinny to be a lineman, but I stuck with lineman. So, yeah.
Damn.
So outside of that, Ben Molina, he played for the Cowboys, but he
Okay.
never he was always on the preseason team. And
Okay.
I know Cyrus Gray did end up I mean he was DeSoto, but we played against them all the
Yeah.
time. I seen Kyler Murray since he was a freshman, and Allen, but that was just football scene. If you're from anybody from Texas knows,
Right.
the football thing is a real deal. Even in high school,
Yeah, Kyler Murray
So,
undefeated in Texas in the AT&T
yeah,
Stadium.
yeah, that's not gonna happen in these playoffs. So.
So, I guess just to kind of wrap this up, bro. Like, there was a few artists that we met at the Uncle Uber's.
Yeah.
And then like after the event, we had taken a photo with them. So we take that photo out there, and it's these artists. Two of them are from Houston, I believe, and one's from here. It's
Yeah, it was Yazzie Nicole, G
Love, and
Wavy Celine, and Mr. Never Die.
Mr. Never
Yeah,
Die.
it was all Big Boss ENT.
Big Boss Entertainment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, for me, I mean, just I think the label in general,
Yeah.
real dope. Like
Yeah.
we're a tight knit group. Shout out to them. But I just feel like the three girls in the group.
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah. No.
what do you think? I feel like they got
man.
star potential.
Yeah,
bro.
it's tight because each one of them brings different.
Some different,
Yeah.
yes.
So like, I mean, Mr. Never Dies the OG. You know, he actually came from Dallas. If I'm not mistaken, it was Latin Embassy. And you know, after that, you got Wavy Celine she's from Dallas. You know, she can sing.
From
She's
the Grove.
yeah. She can sing and she can she can rap. She got some flows. And Yazzie, man, she got that old school style. But man, Yazzie, man, she was a lyricist. She be murdering stuff.
Bro,
man.
that 90s baby mixtape that she dropped out was fire.
Oh yeah, she's cold. And then G Love's got the energy. She's got
Hella.
hype. Yeah. And actually when I first did the Hustle Town stuff, I had entered a contest called Straight Out of Texas, and I know for sure that that G Love was performing that. So I went against G Love. I don't know if Yazzie was a performer or if she was a contestant. And I'm not sure. I think Wavy might have been a performer contestant also. But I know for sure G Love made the top 3. I didn't make top 5, but I mean, in the end, it didn't matter. They still showed me love, and they still, honestly, that was my first performance.
Damn.
You know, my first performance was my biggest performance. Ever since then, that's where I got most of my Houston following was from then.
Really?
And then I did the Screw You On from Texas song before Lil Flip was on it. And once I saw people actually loved it, you know, people loved, you know, the sign that came with it and all that stuff, I was like, you know, okay, you know, that's another reason why I pushed it so much that I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, now Big Boss ENT, they go hard. Like I've seen them, we cross paths all the time. You know, I got love for them. You know, they see the same from me. So
yeah, no, they dope, bro. And shit, I hope you make some music with them too.
Oh yeah, I'm down. I'm 100% down.
They're nice, man.
Oh yeah, I'm 100%. All they gotta do is hit me up and shoot. Ain't no charge or nothing, man. You know, right now it's just. Yeah, I mean, I'm showing love to those who show me love. So
facts. All right, bro. So this is the hard camera right here.
Yeah.
To close out this podcast, just want to say I appreciate you jumping on. Appreciate you letting me come here in your personal space and you know allow me to gracefully come in here and shoot a video and interview you. But you know the floor is yours. Let the people know where they can find you, where the music's at, and what they expect moving forward, bro.
Yeah. All right, well, shoot. I appreciate your time too, man. I mean, I'm glad you came, and glad we could show the world. But yeah, all right, well, it's your boy Crispyola coming straight from that Triple D, man, representing Cedar Hill. You know, follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I mean, really, Instagram is where I usually do my stuff. But you have Facebook. I got all the stuff like that. You can listen to my music on Spotify. Everything is Crispyola, Crispyola, and you'll see this logo on all of it. So.
And shit, before we close out, how you get that name?
Crispyola. So my name was Crispy.
Okay.
It was always like ever since I was a baby. My uncle he called me Crispy.
Okay.
my first name is Chris. Middle name starts with a P. So that kind of worked. And then not only that, but like so there's a lot of Crispies, you know, rappers and stuff like that. So it's like, how do you make it different to where you know it's not trademark or whatever?
Right.
You know, my brother, one time we were listening to some Pimp C and he said something about A1 Yola. And after that, like he just kept calling me Crispyola. And I was like, oh, this sticks, you know. Everybody kept saying it. And I was like, all right, Crispyola it is.
Crispyola it is. And that's dope.
So,
I like it, bro.
Yeah,
It is different, like you said.
Yeah.
So I'll fuck with that. Well, anyway, guys, been Crispyola here for episode 4. I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. It's been a pleasure, like I said. And anyway, hope y'all enjoyed it. Again, all the stuff that he mentioned is going to be in the description below where you can find them. So make it a little easier for you. Anyway, guys, been your boy Crispyola, also your boy TGK. We're going to catch y'all on the next one.